For the Zero Smart Point egg drop soup, this is all of the ingredients you will need: olive oil spray, low sodium soy sauce, cornstarch, ginger powder or fresh ginger. I'm gonna add some garlic, chili paste. I got this from Sprouts, but I believe like most all grocery stores have this, where all of like the Asian cuisine and food is. It should be down that aisle. You need some eggs, chicken broth, and then the original recipe calls for chicken, but I decided to not put chicken in it. I'm just gonna be doing the shiitake mushrooms and green onions and opting out for the chicken, but feel free to add that if you prefer. So that is everything that you need. I'm gonna go ahead and slice my mushrooms up in thin slices because I got them in whole form. And I'm also going to be cutting up the green onions for the soup and then put some to the side for the top of the soup when I'm about to serve it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And for the mushrooms, I'm doing some thicker pieces. So a little bit thicker, and then I'm also doing a little bit thinner of pieces just for some variety, because I love mushrooms and I actually like them when they're a little bit thicker. So I'm kind of just doing a little bit of both. I did 3 stalks of green onion. I might do more, we'll see. I love green onions so much, but I started with 3. I'm gonna place that to the side. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do 6 eggs because I'm making a bigger batch of this. So the original recipe that I found was 2 eggs, but I know the girl who I actually watched the recipe from used 7 eggs because she makes a really large batch as well. So I'm only doing 1 egg less than she is, and I think that will be plenty. And then we're going to add some broth into this from the soup. Once we get that soup going, we'll add 1/4 cup of that broth. So I'm just getting the eggs ready and prepared, and then we'll add the broth, and then we'll mix that together. So I'm just gonna go ahead and beat or whisk. Is that the same thing? I don't know. I'm gonna whisk these eggs together. All right, I'm gonna place the eggs aside. All right, we're gonna go ahead and spray our pan well with olive oil spray. You wanna spray it pretty good, pretty heavy on the spray. There we go. We're gonna place the heat on. I do cook with an RV gas stovetop, so just keep that in mind. And to this, we are gonna add just a little bit of garlic, like just a fork. So maybe like a tablespoon of garlic. I just love garlic. That wasn't in the original recipe, but I'm just gonna throw it in there. I feel like when I cook with minced garlic, I have to use less salt, or like I don't miss salt. So I like to add a little bit of garlic to like all of my meals. Now we're going to add our mushrooms. I'm just kind of like eyeballing this, you guys. I really don't measure. I guess I would say I added 1 1/2 teaspoon of the powder. And then I'm also gonna throw in 1 tablespoon of the soy sauce to kind of let that all cook together and help with it not sticking. Give that a good mix, and then we're gonna let these mushrooms cook down for a good 5 minutes until they're pretty wilted. And then we'll add our broth. I'm adding in the 4 cups of chicken broth. There we go. I'm gonna turn the heat up to medium heat and let that kind of cook together. Next, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of this chili garlic sauce. This is a little bit spicy, so if you don't like spice, maybe do half of this or a fourth of this, but I love spice, so I'm doing 1 teaspoon, and I might even add more later. We'll see on that, depending on how spicy it is, but I'm adding the 1 teaspoon into there. All right, next I'm adding just 1 teaspoon of cornstarch to a bowl, and then I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of water. Just give that a good mix together. All right, now I'm gonna add that cornstarch directly into this soup. Now I'm taking 1/4 cup of the broth and mixing it into the eggs. So just add 1/4 cup of that broth and then mix it together. It's okay if a little bit of green onions get in there. I think it's gonna happen, but it's all going back into the soup. All right, now that it's been pretty much simmering for a good 12 minutes, it's time to add the eggs. So I'm going to lower the heat a little bit, and we're going to add the egg mixture, the best part. And you wanna just do this really, really slow. You wanna take your time, and you don't wanna go too fast. All right, here is the soup. I had 1 1/2 cup. It's 0 smart points, you guys. I added a little bit of the chili garlic sauce to the top, some green onions, and I cannot wait to dig into this. It looks so good, and it tastes amazing. I already tasted it. It's perfect.